Hello, dear students. How are you today? Our lesson is vocabulary. You have read the story The Stranger. We read the story, we understood it, but we did not understand, we did not read the vocabulary words. So now we are going to go through vocabulary. Now, let's look at the vocabulary words. We have pictures and we have the words that we need to learn. The first one is dashed. You see the girl? What is she doing? The second one is drap. It's a jacket, it's a shirt. I'm not sure what could that mean. And then hermit. Occasionally. And then look at the other picture here. Fascinated. And then the girl is behind somebody. Timid. And this person is trembling. You're familiar with this word, aren't you? And then the last one is peculiar. Let's continue. Now, normally, when you have a word which you don't understand or you don't know the meaning of it, we usually read very carefully to understand the word because we don't have the dictionary in front of us in order to see the meaning of the word. So let us try to use the context clues to figure out the meaning. So let's read the first one. It's our first week of vacation in the mountains. One thing is peculiar. So it is my first week of vacation in the mountains. One thing is peculiar. So what do you think peculiar could be? Can I say one thing is familiar? Or one thing is very strange, unusual? Or one thing is safe? Okay. So here peculiar means very strange, unusual. Something is weird, something is not as usual. So it's our first week of vacation in the mountains. However, there was something peculiar about it. So that means something strange. Okay? Let's move to the second word. Occasionally, I think you already know what's the meaning of occasion. Okay, so let's see here from the context clues. Occasionally, early in the morning, we see a small dog in the woods nearby. So does that mean you see small dogs in the woods nearby every early in the morning? Does that mean um, occasionally? So let us see. Choose the best answer for the underlined word. Does that mean occasionally? Occasionally is once in a while, or always, or never? What do you think? Let us compare your answer to mine. It means once in a while. So occasionally, early in the morning, we see a small dog in the wood. So we normally don't see them early in the morning. So it's from time to time. So it's once in a while. Let's go to the third word. The dog has a drab coat, but it looks as if it's being cared for. Dad says the dog must live in the woods. So, what does drab coat mean? Does that mean it's a coat that is dirty? Or what does that mean? The dog has a drab coat. That means a thick coat, a nice coat, a dull coat, a colorful coat. What does that mean? Again, I'm repeating the sentence to find the words through context clues. The dog has a drab coat, but it looks as if it's being cared for. That says the dog must live in the woods. So let's see what word would you choose. Would you choose black and white, colorful, or dull? I'll give you the time to think. Let's compare. Yes, it's dull. It's lacking color. The dog has a drab coat, but it looks as if it's being cared for. So that means it's, the dog is wearing a drab coat, a dull coat, a lacking color coat. It's not really a nice looking coat. That says the dog must live in the woods. So that means drab coat is a dull coat. The second one, or number 4 here. I am fascinated by the dog. It never strays far from the woods. Mom thinks it might belong to a hermit. Here we have 2 words to find out: fascinated and hermit. So the first one, let's go back and read again. I am fascinated by the dog. It never strays far from the woods. So when the duck strays far away and then comes back, that means he's really a good dog, a clever dog. So the guy was fascinated with the dog, by the dog. Mom thinks it might belong to a hermit. Who is that hermit? Or what does that mean? So choose the right answer. So do you think I am silly by the dog? Mom thinks it might belong to lives with its family. Doesn't make sense. I am bored by the dog, or I am interested by the dog. So which one would you think the answer would be? Silly, bored, or interested with respect to fascinated. What about hermit? It belongs to a hermit. Means a hermit is somebody who lives alone, or lives with other animals, or lives with its family. Do you remember the face of the guy in the first picture? He looks weird, and probably he never shaved before. So it means he must have lived alone. So let's compare your answer to ours. True. So fascinated means interested, and hermit means he lives alone. Let's continue. Today we put some food out for the dog. We left some slices of bacon at the edge of the woods. The dog seems very timid. I wonder if it will eat the bacon. I'm sure you know what's the meaning of timid. So if the duck saw the bone and it doesn't come to take it, that means the dog is timid. Means is it shy and unsure of himself, or self-confident, or brave? Which one would you choose? Excellent. It is shy and unsure of himself. The dog came back. I watched as it nibbled on the bacon. I spoke softly to the dog. It was trembling a bit, but it wagged its tail. Then it dashed back into the woods. I'm sure we'll see the dog again. So did you see we can put more than one word in one sentence? So let us see. Trembling here. What does that mean? You see the picture? The dog is trembling. And the second one, dashed back into the woods, means ran fast. So which one would you choose? A, B, or C? Excellent. So you got the answer. So trembling is shaking. Ran is dashed. Let's remember together. Peculiar, we said something is unusual, something very strange. Occasionally means it happens from time to time. Drab means the colors, they lack colors, they look dull. Whatever is that, the drab is something that looks dull. Fascinated means something interesting. You pay close attention to it because you like it, so it's really fascinated. Hermit is a person who lives alone. He's often far from a community. He's not in the community. He lives away from around him, from the people around him. Timid, anybody can be timid. A timid person is a shy person. Trembling, shaking, means we feel cold, we feel scared, so we tremble. Dashed means we run quickly or we move quickly and suddenly. So remember all these words, okay? Now let's practice. You have to open to page 78 in your practice book to check your understanding. Please don't forget you can always refer back to the list of words with its definitions, their definitions, to make sure you have answered correctly. But then you have to write the key words in sentences. And that's where I have to take a grade to evaluate your understanding. So I need your own words in complete sentences. So you use the keywords in complete sentences. Don't forget to underline your paper and write your name and date. Thank you and well done.